Hello, Ray Phoenix here, and we're back to Let's Play Eco Fighters Part 3. So you can see now, we're basically in the valence end of space, that valence end, the far outer reaches of space, where all the creepy stuff, look at that in the background, there's faces floating in jars. This is going to be very creepy, this is going to be very scary, this may give you nightmares. Just remember, kids, Ray Phoenix is not responsible for any nightmares you may have from watching my videos. Just remember that now, kids. So don't go crying to your parents or crying to your lawyers or whatever if like Ray Phoenix gives you nightmares. But that's not gonna happen. Again, more fish enemies. Again, fish enemies seem to be big in these games. So basically on the outskirts of society, the outskirts of humanity, where you may see people like Chris Chan. Yeah, I mentioned there's a whole civilization of people that was modeled after Chris Chan. Yeah, where everyone's like Chris Chan, and what if Chris Chan's parents found him in a pod in their backyard and raised him as their own child? Yeah, maybe Chris Chan is from another planet. Maybe that is why he's kind of strange and absurd a lot of the time. Sometimes I think I'm from another planet a lot of the time too, because I'm doing a lot of strange and obscure things I like and do. Maybe all animation people are from other planets, other worlds, and the far-off reaches of the galaxy, or possibly the universe. Oh, look at this! It's Junkman from Mega Man 7. No, it's not actually Junkman from Mega Man 7, but he plays a lot like Junkman from Mega Man 7. Or if it's where they got that idea from. Okay, I'm shooting at the Cyclone, the tornado spinning, the tornado of junk. So yeah, this is getting very scary. This game keeps getting stranger and stranger by the minute. Eventually we're going to be in Strange Town. We should make a city called that, Strange Town. Like Crazy Town if it was an actual place. Like in that movie, that Series of Unfortunate Events movie, she lives in Crazy Town. She's the mayor of Crazy Town, you know, like that, the mayor of Crazy Town. I wonder if Crazy Town was an actual place. I wonder what it would be called, or what it would look like, and I wonder who the mayor of it would be. I wonder who the mayor of Crazy Town is. I usually think of Lazy Town most of the time. I think of the mayor from Lazy Town, or Robbie Rotten, or something like that. Everyone knows that Robbie Rotten will always be #1. Yeah, that's sad happened to Robbie Rotten. I wish he didn't have to die like that. No one deserves to die like him. He was a good man. He was a good actor. I didn't actually like Lazy Town. Lazy Town was kind of after my time. I was too old for preschool shows, too old for little kids shows, and Lazy Town was on. But I do like watching it to laugh at it, and I do appreciate the fact that Robbie Rotten's become a meme, or was a meme at one point. And yeah, I liked making fun of him back in those days, and making fun of him as a meme character, and I realized that, yeah, he probably was a good inspiration to a lot of kids. Maybe we'll make a movie about him someday. Maybe there will be like a Lazy Town movie. Yeah, maybe we should make Lazy Town the motion picture, and it'll be directed by Michael Bay. We'll add tons of unnecessary explosions into it, and tons of crazy, crazy ridiculous stuff to it. And they'll add chicks in bikinis in it too, and all the good stuff that Michael Bay is known for giving us. Because who would Michael Bay be if it wasn't for explosions or chicks in bikinis? Come on, none of that existed. We wouldn't have Michael Bay. For some people, that'll be a good thing, because Michael Bay's a well-hated director. And here we are, one of the last bosses of the game. If they ever make Eco Fighters a movie, they should get Michael Bay to direct it. Because this game's filled with explosions and unnecessary action and things like that. But then again, a lot of Capcom games like these have unnecessary action and explosions in it, whereas you fight the main villains, or I got burned right there. Whoa. Yeah, Michael Bay, I think Michael Bay gets a lot of hate for really no reason at all. I don't think he's that bad of a director. Sure, he does have a bit of an over-obsession with explosions and cars and chicks and things like that, but I think he's a pretty decent director. He directed Armageddon. I mean, I kind of liked Armageddon. I liked Armageddon when I was a kid. I also liked watching that movie, The Island, that movie where Ewan McGregor plays a clone. And he doesn't know he's a clone at first. He thinks he's some person that survived some kind of apocalyptic disaster. But then he ends up getting into a chase to figure out who his host is. And eventually he tries to free his free his people. Yeah, cloning. I think I told you about I didn't talk about my cloning theory yet. The theory of cloning, where when you create a clone, you're not creating a new life, you're creating a duplicate of a life that already exists. So you create a clone. So example, say a man is set to die at age 80 years old, and when he's 40 years old, he creates a clone of himself. that clone's genes are going to be 40 years old. So in 40 years from then, that clone's going to die too, because his genes are set to expire at age 8. The clone's genes were 40 years old. So the clone's genes are 8 years old, that clone's going to die. So clones in reality, a clone's only live for 40 years old. Creating a clone of something, creating a clone of a life is not the same thing as creating a new life. I learned that from reading about that sheep, I think it's called Dolly, Dolly the sheep, that they successfully cloned, and it died like 6 years later, because it had some kind of infection that older sheep get, because Dolly, I believe, was cloned from an older sheep, even though she was only like 6 years old or something like that. The genes were older. Genes are always older than the clone is. And Weird Al even wrote a song about clones called I Think I'm a Clone Now. Yeah, I think I'm a clone sometimes, too. I wonder if there's another one of me around sometimes. I wonder if there's another Ray Phoenix. When I was a kid, I used to get accused a lot of committing crimes and things that I never actually did. So I'm convinced there's a clone of me somewhere. There's a clone of me somewhere that's doing these crimes and is dead, so I could get in trouble for them. And sometimes I think I might even have a tulpa as well. Tulpa, a partition of your brain that runs independently from the rest of your brain. Like Mr. Krupp from Captain Underpants is a tulpa. When Mr. Krupp is Captain Underpants, he doesn't know that he's Mr. Krupp. He thinks he's just Captain Underpants. And when Mr. Krupp is Mr. Krupp, he doesn't know he's Captain Underpants. He doesn't know that he has a partition in his brain where he's Captain Underpants. That's a good example from pop culture what a tulpa is. I've heard of tulpas recently. I found out about them recently. I think they are very interesting because people think Chris Chan has a tulpa in his mind. And that's why Chris Chan does a lot of freaky, ridiculous stuff. And the reason why he believes in all this dimensional merge crap that's going on right now. Yeah, 4 years after the Sonic Boom protests, we get a dimensional merge. So when will Chris Chan ever stop? When will Chris Chan's story ever end? Nah, Chris Chan's story's never gonna end. It's gonna keep going on and on and on until the day he's dead. Everyone's story goes on and on until the day he's dead. Ray Phoenix's story is gonna go on until the day he's dead. Everyone's story is gonna go on until the day he's dead. Now I have to poke that thing in the eye, basically, by slamming it in the eye. That must be pretty bad. So that's its weak point. It's a weak spot. Everyone has a weakness. A weak spot. I never give away mine. I never give away my weaknesses or my weak spots, because I know that will feed the trolls. They say, don't feed the trolls. Feeding the trolls is bad for you. It's bad for your internet career. It's bad for your reputation. It's bad for your life. It's bad for anything. Do not feed the trolls. The people you save might be your own. And do not feed the Brickster Reaver, because the brick you save might be your own. So don't feed the Brickster any pizza or anything. I wonder what the Brickster eats. Pizza's the only food that seems to exist on Lego Island, and if the Brickster's not allowed to eat any... If the Brickster's not allowed to eat any pizza, that's what allows him to escape, then I wonder what he's allowed to eat. I wonder how he lives in prison. Or maybe it's part of his punishment. Maybe he's sent there so he could starve until he's dead, which would violate the Geneva Convention. I never realized until now Lego Island really did violate the Geneva Convention. But I don't think the UN ever comes to Lego Island, so who's gonna know, right? They're never gonna know that about Lego Island violating the Geneva Convention. George W. Bush violated the Geneva Convention once, and that's why he's an international war criminal. That's why I never hear stories about George W. Bush traveling the world. You hear stories of Bill Clinton traveling the world and going these places, but never George W. Bush. And now the level is over, and this video is going to end too. The next part, we'll see the final boss and the ending. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.